That's a tough motherfucker, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now we go.
Where did he tell him?
Now we shoot down to Earth. Now we're back on Earth. We get our first glimpse of you know your boy Tony Stark,
Yeah.
and I guess
Pepper
she's Pepper. I think they're about to get married. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
They're about to get married. So his fiance Pepper. We in like Central Park, I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? And they going over. You know, Tony's being Tony. His little quirks and what have you, being funny, whatever. Then
Doctor Strange comes out of nowhere.
It's not a game talk.
Oh, but you know what?
Because
We skipped something. Go ahead.
Hulk, now get back to the Hulk. Now he lands right into the sanctum of Doctor Strange.
Boom.
Nice. Heimdall sent him to the right place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So basically, so now
Before you go on, let me tell you about that scene right there when the Hulk smashes through Doctor Strange.
This is already a good movie.
Doctor Strange's sanctum. That's actually taken out the comic books.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Because in the comics, what happens actually is Silver Surfer is the one that smashes through Doctor Strange's sanctum and tells them that Thanos is on the way.
Oh.
So they just switched out the Silver Surfer for the Hulk.
For the Hulk. Okay.
Continue.
Got you. So then now,
I love the history. Damn.
So now you get back to Doctor Strange, goes to whatever park Tony Stark is at, and let him know, yeah, bruh, we need your help. The universe is in dire consequences, and Tony Stark looking like, what the feezy is going on? Like, who are you?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? And then Bruce Banner walks out behind him, so he like, oh, Bruce with him. Okay, what the feezy?
So everything is verified now.
Right.
So then now they bring Tony back, and they breaking down who Thanos is. Like, dude, this dude coming, and this dude got a mission. His mission is to destroy half the universe so the other half can survive. Because he feels like the universe doesn't have enough resources to occupy everybody.
So they did away with the whole death. He was courting death thing.
Yeah.
In a sense,
yeah.
I'm thinking as the movie goes on, I think they switched out the whole courting death thing for this whole theory of making a balance.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because basically that's what it is. It's death. He's gonna he's gonna wipe out half the universe. To balance everything out.
He was after the personification.
Exactly.
But he had more motivation behind it.
Yeah.
So that's what they did. They switched it up to make it more real in a sense.
Right. So that's his drive. So he's really not trying to kill, out there. I just want to kill you. He's just like he feel like he's killing you for a reason, so everybody else can survive.
Survive, exactly.
So basically, they break that down, and Tony Stark is like, so they break down the Infinity Stones, and they let Tony Stark know.
Not to cut you off. Ooh. Spoilers. My bad. We didn't say spoilers. If you listening to this podcast, which is probably too late by now,
we never do that.
You need to cut this off. Go watch the movie, then come back and join in with the discussion. Slade, continue.
Yeah, so
see what time it is.
They give him a breakdown of these Infinity Stones, and he know Vision has one, so they finna go after him.
He has one.
And then Doctor Strange and them let him know, yeah, we got one too with the Time Stone.
Doc got that one.
And your boy, what's the other one? Oh, the Soul Stone. Nobody knows where that one is.
That's hidden somewhere.
So they like, yeah. Well, Tony Stark like, well, fuck it, man. You might as well destroy that one you got right now, so then we can stop him at least from that.
Doesn't the Aether have an Infinity Stone in it?
He already got.
He already got that
okay,
one.
Cool.
From Xandar, he pummeled them.
Okay.
So then Doctor Strange is like, nah, bro, we can't do that. We got a life oath to protect the Time Stone, so we just can't destroy it. So we gonna use it against him though.
Right.
So they conflicting right there because Tony Stark like, man, get rid of that shit, man.
But that's the coward's way.
You know what I mean?
They
like,
to
fuck
panic,
you.
We're gonna use it on him, yeah.
So basically, they like, okay, well, we gotta find Vision because they can finna go after him. So and now, before rewind a little bit, So now Thanos, what he does is he sends his family, the children, to Earth to get those 2 stones.
Okay.
And then he goes. He says, "Meet me back at Titan."
Right.
So he's off doing something else. So they the ones out on Earth looking for the stones now.
Was that Gamora and the other one?
Yeah, Gamora. Okay, we gonna get
or
to
she
them.
on the good side?
We gonna get to them. But so now they like, well, how can we find Vision? They like, well, the only way we can really, only one we probably can find him is Captain America. Now Bruce Banner don't know the Avengers is
they've been disbanded. Yeah.
All the Civil War shit, he don't know nothing of. He like, what the fuck? Well,
where was he at the time?
He
was off world.
Yeah.
He's on the
Ragnarok.
Exactly. He's on that planet during that time.
Remember, he was the Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. He had let it be known he was the Hulk for 2 years.
2 years straight. So time's done passed since Civil War.
Yeah, so he didn't know nothing. So he was like, oh man, this shit is crazy. So he was like, but you still gotta call him, dude, even if y'all ain't talking. So basically, it gets down to they before they could call him. That's when the orders, he called them the order. The children.
They show up and everybody knows what time.
The Dark Order, yeah.
Yeah, and they go out, man, that motherfucker Ebony Ma is no joke. He was way rawer than I thought.
When they went to get that Vision?
Yeah. No, when they went to get at Doctor Strange.
Okay. They coming after the Time Stone first.
Okay.
And boy, he was doing some tricks. Man, he did one, man. He elevated these bricks. A gang of them, and then he made them all form into darts and spit them and threw it at them bitches.
Are you talking about that crazy looking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was raw.
But then Doctor Strange
did
a G move. Yeah. They did the little portal thing, and made it go through, and then other dude made one, and it went right back through at him, and one of them hit him. He was mad as fuck.
He's mad
because the Ebony Ma.
So it's Ebony Ma, and in the comic books, the big dude. I don't know. I forgot what they called him in the movie, but his name in the comic books is Black Dwarf.
Black Dwarf.
Yeah, so it's Ebony Ma and Black Dwarf.
He like big like the Hulk.
Okay.
So they're after the Time Stone, and so they're fighting. The fight ends up going to Central Park, and we finally get to see Spider-Man. Spider-Man comes out of nowhere and saves Tony from getting smashed, literally.
Nice.
So now we got Spidey, in the mix. Spider-Man, Wong, Doctor Strange, and Iron Man against Ebony Maw and the Black Dwarf. So we got that popping off there. Long story short, right there, they battle it out. Ebony Maw gets his come-ups, knocks out Doctor Strange, is able, to capture Doctor Strange, and he out of there. You know what I'm saying? He bringing back he taking him back. We about to bounce off the Titan. So they hop up in the ship. Tony and Spider-Man ends up on the ship, and they out.
Yeah, and
on the way to Titan. Behind enemy lines for real.
Yeah.
But then Tony he was trying to get rid of Spider-Man. He didn't want him to come along because he knew what the situation was.
Right.
But Spider-Man,
real mission right here.
Yeah, he ended up stolen away.
You know
but
what?
Of course, in the comic, you already know how that ends. He was the key.
Right.
Exactly.
You brought that up right there. In the comics, does it show that? Like in the comics, does it show that Tony was like kind of like a father figure to Peter? Like how it shows it.
I feel like that's something new to the movies.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of something new to the movies they're doing. In the sense they're making like Tony Stark this mentor to Peter Parker.
And that wasn't the case. Spider-Man didn't even interact with him
Exactly.
Like, he wasn't like a pillar in the formation of Spider-Man's character.
Exactly.
Like, giving him a suit as a youngin', that's all for the movie.
That's a little bit taken from what storyline? I guess you could say the actual Civil War storyline where Spider-Man decides to side with Tony Stark's side, much like the movie Civil War, and reveals his true identity to the public. Tony takes him underneath his wing, gives him the new suit, which we saw in the movie. We saw the new Spider-Man suit, and it goes on kind of from there. But that's something that kind of added to the movies a little bit more, making him more of a father figure in a sense.
By the way, speaking of Spider-Man new suits, just put a pin in this. The Venom trailer is awesome.
You feeling that?
Did you see it?
I saw
Like
the
it?
trailer. I saw it.
The end is good to me. You see him as Venom.
Yeah.
But anyway,
If they cross him over, it'll be even better.
but back to this. All right,
If
so
they cross
boom.
him over in Spider-Man, that'd be nice with that.
So
For
what?
sure.
So
they're on the way to Texas.
So yeah, they out. Now we flash over to, I do believe it's Scotland.
Oh yeah.
We come across the Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, they
right.
chilling.
So they chilling. I guess during the whole time after Civil War, Scarlet Witch and the Vision has been seeing each other off and on. On the low, because you remember the Vision stuck with Tony's side and Scarlet Witch was with
they're
Cap.
on opposite sides, right?
So, but
Civil War.
they've worked it out where they could see each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cap is like, keep it on the low.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they're in a very, discreet part of Scotland on the low.
These niggas out in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. Well, now they're in plain sight because Vision, if you notice in the movie, Vision's now adapted to humanity so much he's looking more and more
He
human.
look like a human.
You know what I'm saying? He's looking more and more human, where he could walk among people and not be detected.
Okay.
But they're detected by two more Thanos children. So that fight consists.
Who are these two?
Clovis Grave and Proxima Midnight.
Yeah, I'm glad you remember them.
Now, what they didn't say in the movie is they're actually husband and wife.
I think it was implied.
All them
together.
two that were together?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're actually husband and wife.
I think they didn't say it in the movie, but you could. The body language.
Yeah, the body language is there. Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
Clovis Grave, this dude is basically immortal. As long as he has his staff with him. This dude could be disintegrated, but as long as the staff is intact, he could regenerate. And then Proxima Midnight is like this strategist, this top strategist. She's that ill, you know what I'm saying, where she, that's why she's one of the generals.
Okay.
She's one of the top strategists. She could figure,
The game.
any game out, plan or whatever. Which will come into attack later. I figured it out.
Yeah.
So they're fighting the Vision and Scarlet Witch, which was a good battle.
Scarlet Witch is raw, man.
Exactly. We got to see Scarlet
She
Witch's
powerful
power.
as a mug.
Good.
She was handling, and she was able to protect Vision and fight at the same time.
Exactly.
That was pretty impressive.
But it was a little bit too much for her.
Yeah.
I mean, because they snuck up on the Vision. First of all, they snuck up on him. Shanked him. Take him out the picture right away.
Wow.
We getting that gem. We're not leaving even with your head or without. We
Right.
getting that gem. So because people was like, well, how did the Vision? That should have been lopsided. Nah, they got Vision first. They, like I said, she's a top strategist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go for Vision first. Take him out the picture.
And then they got his weapon messes with Vision's
Phasing
system.
power.
Yeah,
He couldn't phase.
Once he got shanked, he can't even.
Okay, it's good. That's half the game.
Oh yeah.
So they got them up against the ropes, and it's looking bad. But out of nowhere,
I was wondering who comes out the cut.
who else?
Black Panther,
Cap.
T'Challa.
Nah, son.
Cap. nigga.
Cap.
Okay.
Steve Rogers just roll up on the scene. You seen it in the commercial. She throws her spear at him. Homie catches it, and then he comes out the shadow. And it's Steve. Like, oh, people was clapping the second time that I saw it. People was like, oh.
Saw Cap.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What was the feeling when you saw that?
They were clapping, and I was happy he was there. But then I'm gonna tell you something because it's crazy how you forget. But I was like, "Where's his shield at?" I'm like, but I had to remember. I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute, homie."
Yo, he ain't got it. You know,
got it.
Snap the shield, Thanos.
No,
Civil War.
Tony has
Totally
it.
forgetting
Tony
that.
has
that
it.
shield.
Right,
no
right,
more.
right.
My father made that shield. You don't
Right.
Give it back. So Tony has the shield. Well, we got Cap in his black uniform, which is taken from the books also, where Cap decided at that time, like, I'm not working for the government no more because, y'all
Shit is
mad
corrupt.
foul. Yeah.
Shit is
So
corrupt.
it's kind of like his persona as the nomad. That's what he was named at that time. Or the captain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was running around in the dark suit and what have you. So if we getting that, so Cap rolls up and he, with him is the Widow